Welcome back to the Mowing in the Dark podcast. I am your host, Aaron Sutter. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Guys, today it's a beautiful day outside. We have a layer of ice that is about a half-inch thick on every single surface outside. It is wonderful. No, no, not really. But I went out this morning. I salted a parking lot and a driveway. I've got an elderly client that has to get out today for some medical procedures. And also I salted the parking lot of the doctor's office that I have. Those are the only two that really require salt. And so those are the two that I did. And I got out and did them really early so that salt could start to work early in the morning and start breaking down that ice. It's supposed to warm up to about 40 degrees today for a couple hours at least. The ice on the ground is going to keep that temperature, a little colder than what it's supposed to be, but most of this ice should melt today or should really get a good start to the melting process. So I may go out and check the lot again tomorrow. The driveway I'm not too worried about, but refreeze could happen tomorrow. And so we definitely want to make sure that we check out the parking lot for the doctor's office, make sure that that's all good. But guys, today I want to talk about the plans that I made for this year and how they're working out. The changes that I was needing to make, raising my prices, all that stuff. I want to talk about that today. So before we jump into that, let me play the show sponsor and then we'll get right into it. As a lawn care provider, do you want to make a year-round income? Are you worried at the end of the lawn care season because you don't know how you're going to make it through the winter? Then you need to check out the 12-month contract from mowinginthedarkpodcast.com. This is the same contract that I use to make my own year-round income. This 100% editable 12-month contract is available for only $5.99. The contract has rock-solid terms and conditions so that you're protected from all kinds of liability in lawn maintenance and snow removal. Get your 12-month contract at mowinginthedarkpodcast.com today. All right, guys, so how are my plans going for this year so far? It's almost March, so it's not like we are right up against it this spring for spring renewals. All my renewals have been sent out. I've sent out reminders about the renewals, so I've gotten, about 20 to 30 of those back. I need to send out another notice just to make sure that people understand that they need to fill out the survey. It takes 2 minutes of their time. It's not hard. And it's just so that they let us know if they're coming back as a customer this year, what services they want, and just updating their information. So some of the changes that I made this year was, number one, raising my prices by 20%. Now, not everyone got raised 20% because a lot of the lawns that I have, well, not a lot, but some of them are small. And so I did raise their price, but I didn't raise it 20% because they were already quite high for the size of the lawn that they are. So everybody got a price raise, but some of them did not get 20%. Some of them I had priced right initially, and so they got a little bump up, but not 20% worth, because I feel like I am making enough profit on those particular properties. So I raised the prices across the board. Haven't had a whole lot of issue with that. I have lost one customer so far, and that's because I haven't moved them to farther in the week. So the way I have my routes set up, they're on a route where it's done on Monday, and they want to be done on Thursday. And they over-fertilize their backyard to a large degree. So every time I come there, it's grown about 5 or 6 inches. And typically in the summer, these people are in the pool when I come to mow the lawn. It's super frustrating. They don't have a fence around the pool. And so I feel awkward, first of all, going out there. I'm mowing around these people in their swimsuits. they're sitting there with their friends trying to have conversations, and my big 26 horsepower mower is driving by. It's just an awkward experience. And they don't move. They don't go in the house for 20 minutes while I mow the lawn. They just stay at the pool and continue as if I'm not even there. And it's really, really frustrating. So I lost that client, which I'm not upset about. I want everyone to come back, but I'm not upset about losing clients. I figured that I would probably lose some this year. I still haven't heard back from maybe 10 or so I'm still waiting on those, and those are some of the iffy clients that I have. I'm not sure. And so I've been having trouble with some clients paying on time and in a timely manner. Even though I do prepay right now, some of them are really struggling to pay that bill. I have one person that is quite a ways behind. I do let people get behind sometimes. This person changed jobs, and they had an issue with their new employer paying the wrong person. At least that's the story she told me. She's never been late on payment before, and so I understand. I'm an understanding person. She's still behind, and that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. We have had a slow winter, so that has saved her some money. She has had me disregard plowing her driveway unless we had a big snow. So she's going to get, a refund or whatever for that. Well, she hasn't even paid for snow yet. So she'll get charged for the work that I did, and that will be that. And then she still has to get paid up from the summer, which I think she's close on that. So we're getting there with her, and that's fine. I'm not super hard-nosed about people paying on time. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. But this is also why I do prepay, is to weed out some of those bad actors who are looking to rip someone off. So with that being said, I have pushed all the residential snow. If you want residential snow with Lansing Lawn Service, you have to sign up for lawn care and snow removal, and you have to be on a 12-month contract. That's another huge change that I made this year. I say huge. It's not huge to me, but it's huge to the client, I guess. And so it just makes sense to me. I did a whole podcast on this. It just makes sense to me that if you want lawn and snow, and you're going to do spring cleanup and fall cleanup, you're going to do aerations, you're going to do gutter cleaning, you're going to do shrub trimming, let's just put it on a 12-month contract. You pay one price throughout the entire year. It makes it easy for you to budget. It makes it easy for me to budget. And it just makes sense. And so that's what I've been doing. And so far, I've had a lot of people sign up for the 12-month contract. And with that, I've had quite a few people put their card on file with that, just because it's one set price. They know what they're going to pay every month. That eases their mind about someone having their card, because if they see an anomaly, now they know that I'm doing something funny, something fishy, right? Which I don't, but that they can think that if they're getting all these different charges, and so the 12-month contract just makes sense to me. So that is a win for this year, is that I've had a lot more people sign up for the 12-month contract, which gives me year-round income. So that is a big win for the changes that I've been making in 2023. And so now going into the winter of 2023, 2024, now I've got year-round income, and I don't have to save out as much for winter expenses because I have that year-round income, which is really nice. Now I'm still going to have a winter fund just in case, just for emergencies, but it might be smaller because I know that I have that income coming in all winter long. So that's a huge change. I'm really excited about it. If you guys want to check out that 12-month contract, you can go to mowinginthedarkpodcast.com. The 12-month contract is there. Now, it is missing, well, I do have an example there, And you can't see all of it because obviously I don't want someone to come on there and just copy it, just pull it up and copy it verbatim. You know, I put a lot of time and effort into this contract, and so it needs to be paid for. It's only $5.99. All right, so it's not a huge cost. I also have a client termination letter or cancellation letter. So you can just, it's basically a form letter. You can fill in a few things, you can fill in your information, and you'll see that there on the website. That is only $1.99. It's super cheap. It's a download. You just print it off. It's yours forever. All right, $1.99. You cannot beat that. And then I also have on there an advertisement form that I made up years ago that worked really good on Craigslist. And so I am using that this year to promote on Facebook and Craigslist. I'm getting back on Craigslist because there's less racket on Craigslist. However, if you do go on Craigslist, you got to watch out for scams. It's a big deal. I posted an ad on there just yesterday, and within 5 minutes, I got 2 scammers. So you got to be careful. I took my phone number off of there because of those scam things. They were text messages, and so I just took my phone number out of the ad or whatever, and that stopped the scam messages. All right, so be careful on Craigslist. I am still going to use this for Facebook. I'm still going to use it to advertise on Facebook because it did work really well on Craigslist years ago. And so I'm just going to try it. I'm going to see what happens. I think it will work well. So that is on the website as well. I believe that is $5.99. I might have those reversed. The client cancellation letter might be $5.99 and the advertisement might be $1.99. I think that's the way it is. I haven't looked at it in a little bit, so just check those out because they are valuable documents that can help you in your business, save a lot of time. All right, so I would encourage you to do that. On all these documents, all you have to do is fill in your company information and you're good to go. So that is some of the changes that I've made. The 12-month contract, and then another thing that I changed this year. I'm trying to think. There was one other thing, and I can't remember what it is right off the top of my head. I don't remember. But one thing I am looking at doing, and I've talked about this before, is that I'm looking at adding brush hogging. Now, this could be with a Ventrac machine. This could be with a tractor and a brush hog. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. I haven't even decided if I'm going to pull the trigger because it's a large investment. And so that was one of the advertisements. That was the advertisement that I put on Craigslist yesterday, was for brush hogging and driveway repair, because those are two things that I want to get into. They are not as labor intensive. They are more time intensive, but not labor intensive. And so that's where I want my business to go. Some things that I've just thought about over the last, one thing that I've thought about over the last couple of months with this winter being the way it has been, is that I really do not like doing snow. I do snow because it brings in good money, but I don't care to do snow. I despise it, really. I hate getting up early, going out, plowing snow in the cold, dealing with ice, dealing with breakdowns. I haven't had any breakdowns yet, so that's good. But, having to get out of the house in the cold weather, I'd rather just stay home and read. But you know what? It helps me get out of the house. It helps me to not be sedentary in the wintertime so much. It helps me not to just get stuck in a book and just read and read and read and read and not do anything around the house. So that is something that is good about snow removal, is that it actually gets me out of the house. So, and I do make money with it, so we're going to keep doing it, but that's just a thought that I had. I'm also looking at hiring someone for this year, and I haven't put an ad out yet. I have an advertisement made up for Indeed.com, but I haven't put that out yet. We're just not close enough to the season to start interviewing, because I don't want to interview somebody and not bring them on board and not be able to pay them. You know what I mean? So we need to get closer to the season so that I can bring them on board. We can start paying them right away and get the ball rolling, if you will. So that's going to be a new chapter in this business. It'll probably be a part-time person, honestly, maybe 2 days a week, just trying to lighten the workload on myself while still trying to make good money. So I'm going to be advertising lawn care this year to bring on new clients. If I bring someone on and they work really well, we work really well together, and we can knock out these lawns, these properties, and we can take on more work, then that's what we're going to do. So that's the last change that I have going in the works this year. And most of these changes are working really well. I haven't dropped any clients this year. I was expecting, because I raised the prices and forced those getting snow removal to a 12-month contract, that I would lose some clients. That hasn't been the case. I've only lost one, and it wasn't because of pricing or of the 12-month contract. So, you know, it is what it is, but I'm hoping that a few will drop off. Some of those cheaper lawns will drop off so that I can continue to build this business up stronger, so I can bring on an employee, so that maybe I can have an employee go out and plow snow for me in the wintertime, so I don't have to do that if I don't want to. So that's it for this episode, guys. This was a short and sweet episode. One thing I do want to mention here at the end is that my family and I, we have started a homesteading YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, if you're into that sort of thing, check out Sutter Family Homestead on YouTube. We've put out a couple of videos now, a bunch of shorts, and we're trying to grow the thing. So if you don't mind, if you would head over to the Sutter Family Homestead. I messed that up a lot. The Sutter Family Homestead on YouTube. Subscribe there. Watch some videos. Smash that like button. That would help us out tremendously. So if you have time, go ahead and do that. Also, head over to the Lansing Lawn Service YouTube channel, where these podcast episodes can be found, and subscribe there. Watch a couple videos. Smash the like button. I would really appreciate it. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. We will see you in the next.